Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back, and let's kick things off with Bitcoin today. And we got 2 more days to close for January 2025 on the private. Now let's get into Bitcoin and let's look at what is happening. So I haven't been doing too much with the market, of course, and I want to do TA and TA, nothing else. I don't want to promote anything. I don't want to talk about anything extra. So I'm in the mood of doing TA. I'm pretty sure you guys are here for TA, and if you want more and more TAs, do make sure you're following in the channel. So I said go fishing, right? And I hope that you did go fishing, and you have to remain there, catch more fishes. You still have to catch more. It's going to take time, and you need that time. Take some time off, sit back, relax, just like me, right? Be like me, adopt my behaviors, okay? Because it's good for you. It's good for you to earn in this market. Now, there's so many things I don't even know where to start. Okay, so we're gonna start off from the daily, and let's do the daily time frame here. All right. Number one is that you have the wick on the daily down at 90,000. So this wick is one of the biggest hint that Bitcoin is ready to move down. Bitcoin is probably in the mood of actually falling down, right? That wick has not been met just yet, and sooner or later you are bound to meet this wick. You're coming down, you're taking out the wick, and you're probably taking out the wick for absolute good. The next thing is the 4-hour time frame. When I dive in on the 4-hour time frame, you can actually see that Bitcoin, I mean, do I have to redraw this? Do you guys think this trend line is just the most perfect trend line that you can get at the moment? Because again, one touch support, one touch support, another one support, breakdown, retest number one, fail, retest number two to take the stop loss, fail, and now you're down again, right? These are clear indicators that Bitcoin is on a technical journey, at least number one, to $85,000. So basically you broke down, and that's where you're actually meant to go from where you started off the pattern. Previously, I've told you about the Elliott wave theory. Number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, and then followed by that huge A, B right over here, and then a C correction that is actually going to be at 85 or even $77,000. Now, speaking of 4-hour time frame, we can actually go on and we can zoom in on the 4-hour time frame. Look at what is going on. You still have this candlestick that has closed, which is not very good. You do have a bearish spinning top. Like this candle that you see, this one candle itself for the past 4 hours is known as a bearish spinning top. So again, the 4-hour time frame is still showing a move to the downside. One more thing is the monthly is also coming to an end. We have 2 more days, not only to close the private, but also to close 2024, and also to close December, and then we start January. Now, if you'll notice the monthly time frame, we have Bitcoin that has made a shooting star. So here it is. This right here is pretty much looking like a shooting star, and you're looking for January to actually, according to the rules of the shooting star. What happens? Let's go back to the OG rules of dojis, right? So what does doji indicates? Decisiveness, right? This is not a definite, it's not a definite, right? The word is definite. It's not a definite candle to say you're bearish, and it's not even a definite candle to say you're bullish. But in most cases, when you have a candle like a shooting star, I think 70-80% of the cases here, you are looking for the market to drop. Listen, guys, dojis will never be 100% indicator of anything, but they have numbers, they have history, they have had records. For example, if we do go back here in January last year, all right, this is 1st of January 2020, actually this year, not last year, you did have that candle, very similar candle to what you did have here. And previously you did have 3 white soldiers, and you also had 3 white soldiers, and next to it you had the doji, and then you had the doji. Can it be that you repeat the same history and continue to go upside? Not necessarily so, right? But what I'm trying to say is that this was invalidated and the market pumped up, even though this was decisive candle and a bearish one to go down, but the market did not go down, right? Now the reason why it actually pumped is if you go on in the 4-hour time frame, the 1-hour time frame, the daily time frame, you can have way more checks, way more patterns that were bullish on the smaller time frame. That's why we saw a move to the upside. But right now, the current situation, if you tone down to the 4-hour, to the 1-hour, to the weekly, what do you have? You just have some very bad chart patterns. You're breaking and you're looking to go to $85,000. Even worse, you have wicks to the $90,000, and then you have CME gap to $77,000. So what you can do is you can actually this time around fall down instead of just invalidating. Now, of course, you could invalidate. Who knows, right? Invalidate and go back up just like you did here and pump big time. That can happen. It could happen, but I highly doubt. Now, for example, even in history, then again, you had this one candle that couldn't play out, and then the other candle actually started to play out just a little bit. But I'm not gonna drag too much this video. I don't want to drag it too much. One last thing that I want to point out is I noticed a monthly trend line and the EMAs as well. So number one, this is a trend line that I do notice for Bitcoin. So if I take it like that and drop it like that, I think you're looking for a move back down to that trend line. So when you do go down to that trend line, we're probably looking for a move down to nearly 70,000 or between 77 and $70,000. That's pretty much where you might actually retrace. And to back up this claim, if you look at the EMAs, that's where the EMA really is. So you can look at maybe the 10, which is at $70,000, or even you could go as low as maybe to the 20 and then finally jump off from the 20 and actually start another rally. But the thing is that that's the most interesting part of 2025. Once you're done with this retracement, once we put an end to this one, and I would actually recommend you guys to get some altcoins when this happen, right? On the private, I do have a whole plan. I'm going to upload the plan tomorrow. Not tomorrow, actually, the day after tomorrow when January starts, as what am I going to do when the market actually comes down here, and what's the strategy that I'm going to be doing. I'm dead serious about the strategy, which is going to help anyone who actually listens to that. So make sure you join. But the thing is, yes, if you do come down here, you have great chance again to get into altcoins. You guys should be getting some nice good utility altcoins out there, maybe Polygon, Chainlink, whatever you like. And then the most interesting part of 2025 again is that's the year that we could be looking at altcoins actually having their glory finally. And then we have technical targets, number one, to 190,000, 240,000, and even up to probably $300,000, because this pattern is actually taking you to 300K. If I drop this little bit of resistance that you've actually broken out of, then it does look like if you take the top to the bottom of that, then Bitcoin is looking for like 280,000, or sometimes if I just place it a little bit like this, it nearly takes you to 300K probably, but it's safe to say $240,000. That's really interesting in the future. So secure 2025. After that, I don't think we have any more chances, guys. And that's all for the video on Bitcoin. I'm going to see you in the next one. Love is.